Hey y'all, what's up? It's Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I am back. I have not posted a video in almost a month and that is crazy. I've never been so inconsistent on my channel, but with the new year came the flu. I had goals for 2020. I had goals to be more consistent on my channel, to really up my game, and we started out 2020 in my household with type A flu. My husband got it and I did all the right things. I gave him medicine. I, kept him in our bedroom. I slept downstairs to not, expose myself. But flu is airborne and I was exposed before I even knew it. And a couple days later, I had it. And it was horrible, guys. Please get your flu shot. I've heard that this year's new strain of flu is like not even really working with the flu shot or something like that. It's been harsh. 2020 was harsh. It was busy. A lot's been going on with getting sick, work life, personal life, and I have neglected you and I've neglected my channel and I am so sorry, but I'm back and I am here to do a full face of first impressions. Overall, this video went amazing. There are some really good products in today's video and I really hope you enjoy it. So that is what we're going to be doing today. I'm not going to say anything else. Short and sweet. We're just going to jump right into it. I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure you like it and subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe, hit the post notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a brand new video. So sit down, get comfy, grab a snack, grab a drink, grab your makeup, and let's get started. Okay, so getting started. So I have two eyeshadow palettes to choose from today. However, I do think I know which one I'm going to use. So the first one was one that I showed quite a while back, I think like around the time of my Christmas giveaway. And this is by Profusion. It is the Dancing Queen palette. They came out with like two holiday palettes for the holidays. And this one is actually very similar to the new Morphe palette that has just been released. I'll insert a picture right here. It has very similar colors. However, this is limited edition and I don't think I really want to use a limited edition palette if you can no longer purchase it. So with that being said, I think I'm going to go with this new one by Maybelline. This is the Nudes of New York palette. And this is just a bunch of nude, warm, and cool tones with some pops of white. I think this is going to be really, really pretty. I have an idea of what I want to do, but also I don't want to go with the same neutral, like warm, smoky eyes that I typically do with nude palettes. But I think this is the one we're going to use today. So this is brand new by Maybelline. As you can see, I have not done my eyeshadow primer yet because I am not going to be going into my next one. I am actually still using this Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas Primer. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this. And the way I like to do this is just apply a couple of dots to my eye. That is literally all you need. So we're going to apply 2 dots and then I'm just going to take a makeup brush. This is by AOA Studio. This is their high definition brush, the E101. And we are just going to blend that out from eyelid to brow bone. I don't know why like my anxiety is up about doing makeup right now, just because I feel like I haven't worn makeup in so long, because my goal for 2020 was to be more consistent with my channel and be able to post more. But me and my husband welcomed the new year by both getting the flu. Y'all, the flu is no joke. It sucked. I can't remember the last time I even got the flu, but it was horrible. My husband was sick for almost a week. I was sick for like a week and a half, and I mean, it was horrible. And then I ended up giving it to my youngest nanny child. So then I was taking care of her. Life just got crazy. So I haven't posted, I want to say I haven't even posted on my channel in almost maybe 3 weeks or so, just because I felt like honest just crap. And I'm still not 100%. Like, I still have a cough every now and then, and I still don't really have my hunger back. But I mean, I'm better, which is all I'm grateful for. So grabbing a brush, I'm just going to grab this Morphe one. This is the M513 brush. I think I want to go in with a cool tone in my crease. I think I'm going to go in with this shade Protector, which is like a cool toned purple shade. I think it'll be kind of cool in the crease. I'm really, really nervous too because I'm wearing white. I never wear white when doing my makeup. And I feel like this is going to be a huge mistake because this is like one of my new favorite shirts I love. Don't want to get it dirty, but it's also really, really cute and comfortable. And it's finally cold in Texas. I don't want to change. Okay, back on track. So I'm going to go in with that cool tone purple shade in the crease with this brush. So there is a tad bit of kickback in the pan, but nothing too crazy. And you do get a good amount on the brush. So we're just going to stamp this into my crease. But going back to my little story time, I just feel like I haven't done my makeup in forever. Just because honestly, I haven't even been in the mood to do makeup, which kind of sucks just because I am really dedicated to my channel. But just with like personal life and work life and stuff that's been going on, I just haven't really been in the right like headspace to do it. Which, you know, there's honestly nothing wrong with that. We all get into that headspace, I feel, where we're like, even though we love to do something and we're passionate about it, we just don't have the energy or the positive thoughts to do it. All right, so putting this color on, it is really pretty. It's nothing like super pigmented, but it's really nice. I need a mirror close up. Hold on. Yeah, okay, this is really, really pretty. I'm not gonna go like super high up like I usually do. I always blend this out with another color, but I think I'm just gonna go kind of low today, keep it pretty simple. Now that I am back on my channel, I have videos planned. I'm gonna record them and get them out. I'm doing this one right now, and then I'm probably gonna be filming my January Ipsy video probably tomorrow to have that up by Friday. I will say one thing that made me feel really good is that even though I wasn't posting on my channel, I was still gaining subscribers, which really makes me feel great that I don't have to be like present and really putting myself out there to still have people come and want to visit and join my channel. It really shows me that, you know, there are people that really like what I do, that like me as a person, and that makes me feel really happy. Because honestly, at the end of the day, that's all I want. I just want to have people that enjoy my content, and I want to feel happy with what I'm doing. Okay, so there is that color. So now I want to take a different fluffy brush. Let's see. I'm going to take this one. This is the Morphe M441, and I want to blend this out. I think I'm going to go in with the shade Soloist, which is like the matte cream shade up here at the top. There's Soloist, and then there's this shade right here that is Artist. But Artist is more of like an eggshell color, has like a yellowish tone, and this is more of a cream. So I'm going to go in with this one. Once again, it is Soloist, and I'm just going to dip into that and use some of that to blend out this outer edge. I feel like it's not really doing anything. I think what I'm going to do, because that shade alone isn't really doing anything, I think I'm going to mix it with the shade next to it, which is called Creator. It's like a nudish color. I think mixing those, it'll add a nice color above these. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, that's better. Adds a little bit of color while still blending it out. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, I did zoom in just a little bit because I feel like you couldn't really see, but this is what it's looking like all blended out, and I actually really like it. It's like a cool toned crease, and I'm here for it. Okay, so now I want to smoke out the outer V just a little bit. I think I want to go in with the shade Explorer, which is almost on the verge of a warm tone, but in my opinion, it's still like a cool toned brown color, but it's darker than the color we used in our crease. So I'm going to go in with this, and I'm just going to stamp some of this onto the outer V to add a little bit of depth. Okay, I don't mind that at all. I love that we are basically doing like a cool toned look. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and add some shimmer. I'm trying to figure out which shimmer I want to add, because typically I would love to go in with like this copper tone right here, but I think I want to try to stick with like the cool tone family. And with that being said, I think I want to go in with the shade Dreamer right here, which is almost like a cool tone pinkish with a purple iridescence and some white. It's a really cool color. So I think I'm gonna go in with that. I am gonna spray my brush. I have a couple new primer waters and setting sprays, but I'm gonna grab this one. This is by L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set Makeup Extender. I've only seen this in one store. I haven't seen it anywhere else. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to spray my brush. Alright, and then grabbing my mirror. I'm also using a Morphe M167, by the way. It's just a flat brush. I'm going to put this towards the front of my lid. I'm just going to stamp it about halfway. Ooh. That's pretty. It is pretty. I will say straight up, it's nothing like super pigmented and nothing to be like wow or amazed about. But I mean, it's pretty. I think I'm gonna mix in a little bit of the shade Originator, which is like more of a white, just to see if I can brighten it up and make it appear a little more pigmented. I think it's okay. I think we're going for like a really natural glam looking look today. So for that, it's all right. But if you're going for like a super glam, super pigmented look, this isn't going to be the metallics for you. Okay, so there is the shimmer all on. As you can see, we are going for like a really natural, like cool tone, soft glam kind of thing. What I do want to do is add just a little darker color to the outer V. And I think I'm just going to take the lightest amount of Self Starter, which is like a cool tone brown, more cool tones. We're going to take this shade. I'm just going to take a tad of it. And I really just want to swirl a little bit of this on the outer V. So honestly, that's all I'm going to do on the eyes. Just something really, really super simple. So I'm going to pull off the eye tape so we can see what we're working with. Okay, you know what? I don't mind that. I don't think I've ever done like a cool tone eye look on my channel. You know what? I'm not mad at it. Let's go ahead and start working on the face. So the first thing I'm going to do is use some primer water. This one is the Catrice Cosmetics Hydrating Prime and Care Spray. So this says it refreshes the skin. There's aloe vera, matcha, and panthenol in it. I got this so long ago. Like if you've been watching my channel, when I did the shop with me with my sister, that's when I had this. I had this before that video, so I've had this for a while. It smells really nice. The spritzer is a little dense, but there's nothing I can't get past. We also have a ton of new primers. Like when I mean a ton, I mean a ton. So let's just go ahead and run through them real quick. I'm obviously not going to be able to use them all, but there are a few I have my eye on that I kind of want to use. So the first two I got is both by e.l.f. This is their new matte and luminous putty primer. I've heard lots of really good things about this. I also got the e.l.f. Puff Puff primer. This came out with like a whole cannabis collection. I have this one by Revlon. I found this in my drawers during my declutter video. And this is the Revlon Photoready Pore Reducing Primer. And then I have these new ones by Revlon. This is the Photoready Prime Plus. I bought two different kinds. This one is the Perfecting and Smoothing Makeup and Skincare Primer. And then the other one is the Mattifying and Pore Reducing Makeup and Skincare Primer. So I think I'm going to save the Puff Puff Primer. I'm going to pass on this for now because looking at the information, this is really just to nourish and prep your skin, and it's really hydrating. So it doesn't really have any big claims. I think I'm also going to pass on the Revlon Photoready Pore Reducing Primer. I'm going to pass on that. So then we are down to just the putty primers and the Revlon primer. So I think I'm going to go with the matte putty primer on my left side, and then I'm going to use the Revlon primers on my right. Just because the new foundations I have, I'm going to be splitting them down the middle of my face as well, and they are both luminous foundations. So I'm going to go in with the matte so I don't look too luminous. So the claims on the back of this, it says this mattifying skin perfecting putty primer has a velvety texture that glides effortlessly over the skin, smoothing over imperfections, infused with kaolin clay and white charcoal to help absorb excess oil and grip makeup for all day wear. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and take this out of the container. And it looks just like their usual putty primer. The only difference is this is white. So I'm just going to take my finger into here and I'm just going to dot it. I know you're supposed to apply a thin layer, but I've heard a lot of people use a lot of this. I think I'm going to put this on my nose, or maybe like half of my nose. Don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to make it work. Okay, that's like way too much. Alright, we are just going to rub that into the skin. So I have heard lots of good things about this. I've heard a lot of people say that they They prefer the matte one over the luminous one, but we are just gonna see. I'm gonna use just a little bit more because I'm crazy. I just want to get into every single one of my pores and say you are not peeking through today. Okay, so there is that side. Looking in the mirror, it is way more matte than the side that doesn't have primer on it right now. And I do think my pores are pretty concealed, so I'm happy. Okay, so like I said, we have the mattifying and pore reducing, and then we have the perfecting and smoothing. So I couldn't decide which one to get. That's why I got both. So let's just see. So basically the only difference between the two, I'm looking at the claims on the back, is that one is mattifying and pore reducing and one is perfecting and smoothing. So I feel like that's basically the same thing, besides this one is mattifying. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna mix the two. I'm gonna go in with the perfecting and smoothing. Let me see how many drops this comes out with. So it is a pump and I'm trying to get it out. Hello? Are you kidding? Okay. All right, let's try the mattifying one. Are you kidding? Oh, there we go. Okay. That was a lot of work. So, okay. So I finally got some out of the mattifying one, but the Perfecting Smoothing one does appear to be broken. So let me just put this on my face first. Okay, and then I'm just gonna twist this and go the old-fashioned way by getting some off the tube. Okay. All right, so now that we got that, let's apply this. Ooh, and it is thick. Ooh, and I don't like the smell. So this is like a really thick, I don't want to say lotion. Ooh, and I got it in my eyebrow. It's really, really thick. Like, I'm trying to figure out how I want to describe this. I know how I want to describe it. I just don't want to come off like really inappropriate, but it feels like loop. So right off the bat, I'm not impressed with the packaging because it took forever to get any out of the bottle. Maybe I just got like defective ones, but I don't see that happening with two different kinds. And it is really, really tacky on my face. And I'm not a big fan of the smell. So that's that. Let's go ahead and move on to foundation. We are ready for the face. So for foundation, I have three different kinds. I have the Maybelline Dream Radiant Foundation. I have the new Revlon Candid Glow Moisture Glow Foundation. And then I have the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Nourishing Foundation. Now this one to me is like almost a dupe of ColourPop's new Pretty Fresh foundation. That's just my personal opinion. To me the packaging is like really similar, like with the pink and the white writing. But which ones do I think I want to use? I think I definitely want to use the Maybelline Dream one, maybe on my left side. And then I think I'm going to test out this Candid Glow. Now I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on this. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things. But I think I want to first go in with the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation. So I got the shade Porcelain Ivory. On the back it says, gives up to 12 hours of continuous hydration, visibly improves the look of skin, medium coverage with radiant finish, and it doesn't clog the pores. So this is medium coverage with a radiant finish. I'm just going to pump some on my finger and just put it on my skin. Try to remember to do enough for just half. Okay. I think that's pretty good. This color may actually be a little too light for me, but we're just going to make it work. I'm going to take my Wet n Wild sponge and we are going to blend this out. Okay, so first impression, I will say it blends out super nicely. I love the coverage. Also, personally, I think on top of that putty primer, it looks pretty good. I think I'm coming off much lighter on camera than in person, but in person, once it's blended out, it matches my neck perfectly. Also, keep in mind, my skin is very, very pink, so that's why like it looks really dramatic versus when I have no makeup on. But this looks really nice. Okay, so I'm really impressed with that. So I'm gonna wipe off my hand real quick. I'm checking my shirt all the time. Okay, I'm wiping off my hand and now I'm going to take the Revlon Candid Glow Foundation. And this has a pump. If I remember correctly, the regular Candid foundation was a stick, or maybe that was just the concealer. Let me know down in the comments. But in this one, I got the shade 240 Natural Beige. The color selection was a little weird on this. And then on the back, it says light buildable coverage. And that's the only claim on the back is light buildable coverage foundation. All right, so we are just going to pump some of this out. What is with the Revlon pumps? There we go. All right, let's see. See, like this is natural beige. That looks a little light to be natural beige. I know it says a light coverage foundation, but this feels really thick to me. All right, taking my sponge. So it is definitely like a light coverage foundation. It really just like evens out my skin tone, which I don't mind. But that's also funny because it definitely feels much thicker than the Maybelline foundation. So there's that all blended out. Looking in my viewfinder and the mirror, I can see a lot of pink peeking through. So I want to see if I can maybe build this up to be a little more full coverage. Now in the back, it does say a buildable coverage foundation. It's not bad. I will say it's definitely like not my favorite foundation, but it's not bad. Alright, so that was basically as good as we're gonna get. Like I said, it's an okay foundation. It's not my favorite whatsoever. I also don't like the way it's looking on my skin, and I don't know whether to blame that on the foundation or the primer or the foundation primer combo. Alright, so moving on to concealer. I'm really excited because at my local Target, I finally found the new e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. So it says camouflages pesky spots and under eye circles with this high coverage, hydrating, and long wear concealer. I chose the shade Fair Warm, which I felt like was okay. We're going to go ahead and open it up, and it is just the same packaging. The only difference is this one has a white lid. Okay, this looks like it may be a little too light for me. Yeah, it is. Okay, we're just going to take a little bit of it, like that much. And it does feel very hydrating on the under eyes. Alright, we're going to start with that, which I feel like this should be enough, but we're going to see. So far it's blending out really, really nicely. I think it does look nice on the skin. Let me go ahead and get a mirror so I can blend out under my under eyes. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so I really, really like that concealer. It is really hydrating, which I love because I felt like the other Camo concealer dries really fast, and this being hydrating, it doesn't really do that. I love the coverage. The color was okay. I could go down a shade to make it a little deeper, but overall it was okay. So we have 3 setting powders. We have 2 by e.l.f. This is the Halo Glow Setting Powder. It says it sets makeup and creates a soft focus blurred finish. This one I'm really excited about because it says, want to make your skin look like it's wearing a beauty filter? The silky weightless texture of this setting powder drapes the skin for a dreamy blurring soft focus finish. So I'm really excited for that one. The other one is the HD powder in Soft Luminance. This says high definition loose powder creates soft focus effect on the skin, helps mask fine lines and imperfection for radiant looking complexion. And then the other one is the Maybelline Lasting Fix Loose Setting Powder in an all day matte finish. So I think I want to try out the e.l.f. ones maybe under my eyes and then use the Maybelline one on my face. So the first one I'm going to open up is the Halo Glow Setting Powder. Alright, finally got it opened. I'm not obsessed with the packaging because it has like one of those little sifters right there, and it takes a lot of work to get some out. So I have some in my lid right here. Before setting under my eye, I am going to take my sponge one more time and just stamp right there. Alright, so I'm going to dip into the Soft Glow powder, and I'm going to go ahead and set under my eyes. So overall it's a nice powder. I wouldn't say there's like a filter or anything on it. It's a nice powder under the eye. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Soft Luminous one. Okay, so this one looks much more finer milled than the Halo Glow powder, and it almost looks like it has a pink undertone to it. Alright, we're going to dip into the Soft Luminous one. I'm going to set under my eye. We're just going to see how this goes. Okay, so that is a lot prettier than the Halo Glow one. My only con to this is that there is like the tiniest specks of glitter in there, and I don't know if you can see that. Like on this eye compared to this eye, there is like the tiniest specks of glitter. But you know what? I'm not mad at it. I know I said I was going to use the Maybelline one to set the rest of my face. I do want to go in with the Halo Glow one more time on my cheek to see if it's true what they're saying about a filter, because solely under my eye I didn't see it. It's a nice powder, don't get me wrong, but I don't believe the claim that it's like it has a filter in it, like a filter effect. I'm not seeing that. So now I'm gonna go into the Maybelline powder. This just concerns me because it is like a white, finely milled powder, and that usually means horrible flashback and white cast on my face. Now I will say I'm not going anywhere. Like it's right now, I think it's like 6 o'clock at night. It's 6:24. I'm not going anywhere, but I still don't want to have a white cast on my face. So we're gonna take out some of that. I'm just gonna take out a little bit first because I want to see how this looks on my face. Now this powder I feel like has more of a filter than either one of the e.l.f. ones. I like this one. This definitely gives like that soft focus effect. I wouldn't say a filter, but this definitely looks better on my skin than maybe both of them. But now that I'm looking in the mirror, I feel like I do have a white cast. Oh no. Okay, so we need some color back to this face. Let's go ahead and do some bronzer. So y'all know I usually do not do luminous bronzers, but I picked up the new Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic bronzer. So this does make me nervous. I got the shade 110 Sunlit Glow. On the back it says a silky soft texture with crystal-like pigments for flattering pure glow without the glitter, and it is non-cakey. So it doesn't have any glitter in it, but it is a luminous bronzer. I mean, you can see right there in the pan, and even when touching it, I mean, there is some shine to it. So that makes me nervous just because I don't do like shiny bronzers. I love matte bronzers. But for the purpose of this video, we are gonna test it out. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip into this using this Kinsey brush I got from either HomeGoods or TJ Maxx. So let me just swirl my brush in here and see what we got. Nothing really on there. All right, second time dipping in. There we go, we got some color. Okay, so twice dipping in, we are finally getting some color, and it does have like a glow to it, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. So it is a luminous bronzer. It is also like a cool tone bronzer, so it goes really well with this look. Overall, it's a really pretty bronzer. I could see someone using this for like a special occasion, for a prom. You could even use this like as a body bronzer to give your body a little glow. I'm going to take some of this, even though it's a luminous bronzer, I'm going to take some of this down my nose. And I've seen a trick people have been doing where it's like they go like up here. Oh, that's not bad. Alright, I'm going to take some more of the Halo Glow powder just to bake my cheeks. Alright, cheeks are baking. I can never get them even, but we're just going to go with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do eyebrows. Okay, so first we're going to be outlining our brows using the new Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil. I got the shade 250 Blonde, and it's just a small pencil. This is very reminiscent of my LA Girl one I really liked that I ran out of, and I've just never picked it up. But then I saw this one. I have to get my scissors. I saw this one, and I'm like, that looks basically the same. Let me give this a try. Alright, so we have this out. It comes with a spoolie on one end, and then when you open it up, it is a teeny tiny pencil. I don't even know if you can see that, but it is perfect for what I like to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm going to brush out my brows. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open it up. We don't need too much out. And we are just going to go ahead and start lining. Oh, and I already broke it. That's interesting. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing is that it is breaking off really easily. This is my already third time winding it up, and I'm not winding it up long at all. I'm barely making it come up past the point, but it has broken on me twice now, and I'm not doing any kind of crazy pressure on it. Also, I will say, to me, this is not blonde. This is like a brown color. Okay, so there's the outline of one brow. I will say that this is very dark for a blonde color. But with my dark roots, I think it's working out okay. Now, typically what I would do is I would fill in like towards the front with a pomade. But since I don't have a new pomade, I'm just going to lightly use this before setting. Alright, so there is one brow before the brow gel. Overall, it's nice. My only con to this pencil, it is a darker color than blonde. This is more of a brown. And it breaks off really easily, so you have to have a really, really light hand. So before moving on to the other brow, I am going to go ahead and be using the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Gel Brow Mascara. I also got the shade Blonde in this. Y'all know I love me some brow mascaras. And I'm interested to see what kind of spoolie this has. Alright, let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, so it's kind of like a chubby small one, but we are gonna take this and run it through our brows. I really like the formula on this. It's not like a chunky, thick formula to where it really like thickens up your brows. It really just adds a little more color to them and helps them stay in place. All right, just to save some time, I'm going to go off camera and do the other brow and pop on some lashes so we can go ahead and finish up this face. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the face. So I'm going to blend my natural lashes in with my falsies. I have two different types of mascara. Just gonna do one on each eye. So the first one is going to be, what brand is this? This is L'Oreal. This is the new Bambi Eye Mascara. So I have the shade Blackest Black. We're gonna open this up. I love the shape of the component, so we're just gonna open it up. Let's see what kind of wand it is. Okay, so it has like a non-traditional wand. It's okay, it's a little stubby. I'm gonna put this over here on the right side. I say this all the time, but I don't really judge mascaras a lot just because all I want it to do is add a little more darkness to my lashes and give them a little more lift. So that one's good. So then on the other eye, we're gonna be using the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. All right, opening this up. This is more like a traditional wand. So both mascaras are nice. I will say, looking in the mirror, I do like the look of the Falsie one better because I feel like it keeps the lashes together, whereas the Bambi one does spread them out a little more. But overall, both of them are nice. Let's move on to blush. So I have this one by Maybelline. This is the Cheek Heat Gel Cream Blush. I got the shade Nude Burn. So I actually don't know how this is gonna go like on top of powder. I didn't think about that. And I've heard a little bit of this goes a long way. So I am gonna start off with just a little bit of it, like a little dot of it. So barely any. And I am just gonna put that where I normally do my blush. And I think I just wanna tap it in. Okay, that's not bad. I'm gonna take a little bit more. This does feel like a gel. What I like about this is that it doesn't feel too like liquidy or runny. So it is like thick. I do not mind that. I do feel like on no makeup days that this will look like really, really good. But overall, I don't mind it on top of makeup, and it's not breaking up the powder at all. I do think it's one of those products you have to get used to, but overall, it's nice. So for highlighter, we have another product from the Revlon Skin Lights collection. This is the Prismatic highlighter in the shade 201 Daybreak Glimmer. This just looks like metallic and wet, looks right up my alley. Let's go ahead. Ooh. Okay, yeah, this looks like it's gonna be really good. So I'm just grabbing my AOA Studio highlighting brush. I'm going to dip into this. And let's see how this looks. Ooh. Okay, so it's not as pigmented, but it is really nice. Okay, you know what? I do think it looks really nice on the skin. It takes a couple dips for me personally to achieve the glow I like. Y'all know I like a beaming highlight. If you like more of a natural looking beam, then this will be perfect for you to just dip in once and go. Like the Flower Beauty palette I love, that is for people who love a glow. But this, obviously, as you can tell, you can really build it up. I'm gonna zoom you in real quick so we can finish up the lower lash line. So I'm going to line my lower lash line using the LA Girl Glide Gel Eyeliner in the shade Whiten. And then picking back up our Maybelline palette, I think I want to take the shade, I think I'm going to take the shade Creator, which was one of the colors we used to blend out our crease shade. So I'm going to dip into this and I'm going to put this against my lower lash line. And then to smoke that out just a little bit, I'm going to take the tiniest bit of the shade called Globetrotter right here, and I'm going to take a definer brush by Billion Dollar Brows. So to line my lips, I'm going to be taking this lip liner by Milani. This is the Color Statement lip liner in the shade Spice. All right, and then I'm going to be using this lipstick also by Milani. This is in the shade Tuscan Toast, and I think this will be like the pretty warm color to contrast with the eyes. It's a little more red. And you know what? I like it. Alright, and the last thing to do is set our face, and once again, I'm going to be going in with that L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Spray and Set. Alright guys, and that concludes today's full face of first impressions. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It has been so long since I have filmed, and I was definitely like uncomfortable and nervous, but we got through it together, and this is the look we created. I really like it. It's a nice take on what is still winter, even the harsh, rough in-between winter we're having in Texas. Overall, I loved every single product. The only things I'm like skeptical, I can talk, skeptical. The only things I'm skeptical of are these Revlon Prime Plus primers. I just don't know. I think I'm going to still give them another try. I'm going to keep testing them out. I'll let you know at the end of the month. Overall, from this experience alone, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I loved the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I loved that Maybelline foundation, which brings me to this Revlon foundation. This is another thing where I'm like, it was okay. It's not something that I would reach for all the time. This is also another product that I will be testing out in the month. But yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I love you, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.